Let us now continue our discussion. Now, if you notice, initially we are having two windows. On the left hand side, it will show you the project structure, and on the right hand side, it will show you the content of the file where we want to write our code. So initially, let me throw some light on the left window. So here, basically, it is our Java application folder. If you select it and expand it, you will find few more folders, among which right now I am only concerned for the src folder that stands for source. Now, if you expand it further, you will find our package name com.internshala.java app, and this is the name of the package that we just entered while creating our first application. Now this package is basically the bunch of folders inside which we are having a file named as main file. Now this main file is actually the Java file that is opened in front of you in the window present on the right hand side. And now, as per your convenience, you can either expand to and fro, expand or collapse your window on the left hand side or the right hand side. Here inside the main.java file, we have some statement written for you. Write your code here. So by default, IntelliJ IDE gives us a hint that whatever code we need to write it inside this main method. That is between this curly bracket open and this curly bracket closed. So here what I will do, I will press enter and then it will take us to the new line. And at the top, I have got some suggestion that what kind of indentation you want, either the 4 space or the tab character. So as of now, I will select indent with tab. And now here you can see the cursor is blinking. So our target was to create an application that says hello intern Shala. Now let us try typing hello intern Shala. Now here you can notice it shows some error, cannot resolve symbol hello. It is showing this error just because Java is a language, so it follows its own rules and principles. You cannot simply write hello intern Shala, which is not recognized by the Java language. You need to tell Java in its own way, so for that you need to follow some syntax. Now, in order to make Java understand that we want to print out hello intern Shala in the output console, we need to first put it within the double quotes. So right before the H, we need to write the double quote open, and at the end of A, I will use another double quote. Now Java somehow understands that you have written something in its own language, but we want to tell Java that we want to print this statement in the output console. So for that again, you have to tell Java to print this statement out in its own language. So for that, we need to use system dot out dot print followed by bracket open, and at the end of the double quote closing, we need to again put the parenthesis of close. So this is the language that tells Java print whatever that we have written within the bracket open and bracket close. Now at the end again it is showing some error. Let us hover over it. It is showing a semicolon is expected. So let us put a semicolon. And why do we need to write a semicolon? Now, whenever we write any statement in the English language, we end it with the help of a full stop so that we can know this statement is over. Similarly, in Java, we use a semicolon at the end to make Java understand that this is one complete statement, and we no longer have code right after this semicolon. Now that we have written our first piece of code, let us try to run this code. In order to run the code, you can notice inside the main.java file, just beside it, you can find this arrow. If you click on it, it will show you run main.main. Now this capital M is actually referring to the class of main that is present here. And the other main that you can see here, right after the dot, is small main, which is referring to this main that is present here. So let us click on it, and then select the first option. And now when we clicked on that button, it will simply compile your code and try to execute the code. So here we go down the side, the IntelliJ IDE has opened a new window for us. So in front of you, now we have three windows, the first window, the second window and the third window down the side. And here if you notice, Hello Intern Shala we have got in the output console. So we have successfully made it. And now the other way to run your code is to click on this second arrow icon that you can see just beside this small main. So simply click on it and there again you will find the same option that you were getting previously. Let us click on this and again we will get the same output, Hello Intern Shala. If you want to minimize this window, then at the extreme right you will find this option to hide this window. Click on this and it will simply hide that window. So next time again if you want to run the code, click on this arrow button and run main and here again is the output. And now you must be thinking, what about this statement? Why don't Java complain that you have something written here in the English language that is not understandable to me? Like earlier, it was complaining Hello Intern Shala was unresolved. So similarly, why it is not showing any error? Now, if you notice here, right before this statement, we have two forward slash. Suppose if I remove it, then the Java again starts to complain. Write your code here, it is showing some error. This is simply because whenever we put two forward slash and whatever we write after these two forward slash is actually ignored by Java. So this statement as a whole is actually ignored by Java. Now, if I want, I can also hit enter and again I will put two forward slash and I will write an informal statement. This is my first code. And let us remove this statement. So this is my first code. This statement is actually acting as a note for your personal use, and the Java gives you freedom to write as many statements as you want to. If you want, you can also write this statement after the semicolon as well here. So the Java will again read the statement from here to here, and right after these two forward slash it will simply ignore whatever statement that you have written here. Let us now run the code and check if everything is working fine or not. So here again, Hello Intern Shala we are getting in the output console. So congratulations on creating your first Java application. Practice makes a man more perfect. So right after this video, you will get a code practice where I want you to write a program that prints out your own name. Suppose your name is Rahul, so you have to print out my name is Rahul in the output console. So try to print this statement in the code exercise.